Today I want to talk to you about a very specific kind of individual, the falling leaf man. I don't know if I am the only one noticing this, but whenever I look around, I see way too many people living in loops. They keep repeating the same life. And by the way, this is not actually bad in itself. You know, living the same good life on repeat isn't actually so bad. But you can tell from their eyes that something is missing, that something doesn't feel right to them. They have no fire in their eyes. Their actions carry no meaning, no purpose. They have no spine. The same boring people around them, the same suffocating air of an environment they refuse to change. It seems like they've just stopped trying in life. And here I'm not talking about doing stuff to achieve external stuff. In fact, I'm not talking about financial goals or beauty goals or such kind of external goals. I'm talking about doing things that fulfill something that is truly yours, that is truly unique to you, that no one can take away from you. I'd love to share a quote with you. By now, all the people with weak attention spans will have already clicked off the video, but you are still here. And as someone who is deep into deep focus and flow state, trust me, this is a good sign. So this is the quote. So this is the modern individual. Society doesn't give him certain answers, certain forms of meaning. So what does he do? In essence words, it drifts and turns in the air. It flutters and falls to the ground. And in modern world, this only means one thing. It mindlessly consumes whatever comes in front of his eyes. We are building a world where those who truly produce something that benefits the community are a minority. The rest just consumes. You can also begin to notice a trend. Usually those who consume mindlessly, and I want to emphasize mindlessly, because consuming actively is a whole different game, usually have some trouble in finding their own meaning and purpose. This is my theory. Every human has a deep desire to create, to spread its perspective all around, to expand. The thing is, people feel a void. They start thinking that they actually have nothing to share with the world, with the people around them. They feel something that prevents them from expressing their uniqueness with the world. So what is that? So what's this obstacle that makes people consume instead of create? That makes people fall in leaves and not stars? But before I tell you, subscribe to the channel. It truly helps. Thank you. It is fear. Fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of irrelevance. You see, creating something is actually risky. When you put something out in the world, whether it's art, a project, or a business, or even a new version of yourself, you open yourself up to rejection. That's why endless scrolling and consuming exist. Not because humans need them, but because humans are afraid of what they could actually build if they stopped distracting themselves. So the inner void you feel is not just emptiness, it's actually a battlefield, and most people lose the fight before it even begins. By the way, if you find value in what I do, you can check out my X for daily psychology tips to perform better while enjoying your journey. And if you want to work with me one-on-one, you can click the first link down below and schedule a free call. Thank you. So here's the thing, every minute you spend consuming is a minute you are not spending on building yourself into a star. Now let me explain a point. Here I'm not talking about consumption in general, I'm talking about mindless consumption. So we want to draw a line here. Reading a book, watching a great film, listening to great music are all forms of consumption too, but they are active consumption. So the difference is that conscious, active consumption feeds your creative energy. Mindless consumption drains it. So consuming consciously makes you create even better, but consuming mindlessly puts you deeper into the void. It's the difference between a healthy meal that actually fuels your body and eating junk food out of boredom. One builds, the other decays. The falling leaf man is addicted to the decay. But you have an alternative to being a falling leaf man. You can become a star. The star doesn't drift. The star chooses a path and burns along it. And the thing is that being a star doesn't mean you don't stumble. It means you self-generate direction. No wind decides for you. You decide what is your mission, and you keep going in your path. The star is proactive, the leaf is reactive, and the difference is everywhere. The star chooses its environment, the leaf passively accepts it. The star uses time as a weapon, the leaf kills time because it has no mission. The star creates its own meaning. The leaf waits for meaning to appear. The star is rare not because the path is hidden, but because it's so obvious. Everyone knows they should create, they should express themselves, pursue something that matters to them. But only a few have the courage to admit it, to even admit to themselves that they want something. So how do you stop being a leaf? The first step is awareness. You have to brutally admit to yourself how much of your life is spent drifting, how many hours you waste. This awareness stings, and it should sting, because only pain creates movement. Then the second step is intention. Decide what your path will be. It doesn't have to be final, it just has to be yours, something that no one can take away from you. A star doesn't need permission, it burns regardless of who's watching. And finally, discipline. Real discipline. The kind that makes you work when no one is clapping, because the star doesn't need both permission and approval. It does it no matter what, because remember, the star isn't reached by any wind, which means both negative winds, which means obstacles, and also by positive winds, which means approval. The star might like approval, but it's not the real reason why it does what it does. The star chooses a path that deeply resonates with its core values. Now, you may be asking yourself, why does this matter? Why can't I just live comfortably as a falling leaf? It's because you feel that deep void creeping in. The human spirit was not designed to drift forever. When you live without a purpose, your whole body tells you. You feel something inside of you that is not right. You can't actually name it. You can't actually have a diagnosis for that. It's just something that you can't understand exactly. And it's a lack of purpose, of meaning. It might show up in anxiety or addiction, but it's a deeper problem. The only antidote is to find a purpose, to become a star, to move with direction, to create, to shine, both for yourself and for the world, both for yourself and for the people you love. So here's what you should do. Right now, pick something that makes you feel like a star. Write an idea, record yourself, build something. Build one tiny thing that didn't exist yesterday and makes you feel like a star, makes you feel like someone who is creating his own life. Because if you repeat this process every day, something happens. The void starts closing. Slowly, you stop drifting. And one day, you look back and you realize you've become a star. This is what I hope for you. So, are you a leaf or are you a star? Only you know the truth. But remember, your actions will always speak louder than your words. Thank you for watching, and as usual, I'll see you in the next one.